9/11, the documentary by Hannah Davis. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, 4 airlines were hijacked by al-Qaeda members who sought to carry out suicide attacks on major U.S. targets. One of the 4 planes struck the Pentagon, one crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, and the other 2 planes flew into New York City's Twin Towers. This event, which claimed nearly 3,000 lives, started a war and changed the lives of many Americans. Some might say that 9/11 is a textbook definition of a terrorist attack. President Bush described it as the Pearl Harbor of the 21st century. There are 3 very important things to discuss about 9/11. The things that happened that day, who the terrorists were, and how people are living after the attacks. Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, 8 a.m. It started out like any other day. Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, and grandparents were just arriving at work at the World Trade Center. Little did they know they were about to be attacked, and the flights their attackers were on just took off. Between the times of 8:14 a.m. and 9:28 a.m., all 4 planes had been successfully hijacked. At 8:46:40 a.m., the first plane crashed into the north face of the North Tower between the 93rd and 99th floor. When the plane hit, it instantly killed hundreds of people while leaving hundreds of others trapped on the floors above, causing some people to jump out of the windows to end their suffering. At 9:03 a.m., the second plane crashed into the south face of the South Tower between the 77th and 85th floor. Like in the first attack, killing hundreds instantly and leaving hundreds of others trapped. Once the second plane hit the South Tower, it was then America knew it was under attack. At 9:37:46 a.m., the third plane crashed into the western side of the Pentagon. Once the plane hit the Pentagon, the thousands of gallons of fuel caused a violent fire that killed 125 military personnel and civilians, along with the 64 people on the plane. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed. This caused debris and ash to fill the streets of New York City. Civilians that were in the streets were completely covered in ash. This caused many medical problems for the bystanders. At 10:22 a.m., the North Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed, 29 minutes after the first collapse. This caused even more ash and debris to fill the streets. At 1 p.m., firefighters are still fighting the fires of the 9:37 a.m. attack at the Pentagon. At 8:30 p.m., President Bush addresses the country about the attacks. One statement the president made about the hijackers was, "The search is underway for those who are behind evil acts. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them." The terrorists who initiated these attacks were people who had lived among us as friends and neighbors and gained our trust only to turn on us, to hurt our friends and family. They had taken piloting courses at local flight academies in order to turn the hijacked airlines into weapons of mass destruction. Many people believe that Osama bin Laden was the brains behind the whole attack. While there is no doubt he was a big part of it, the man that recruited the hijackers is named Mohammed Haider Zomar. He recruited 19 men in all. Along with the 19 hijackers, there was Mohammed Atta, the hijackers' ringleader, according to the Washington Post. Atta piloted the plane into the First World Trade Center. Marwan al-Shehhi was a citizen of the United Arab Emirates. He was the one who piloted the plane into the Second World Trade Center tower. Zayed Samir Jarrah was the person from Lebanon who crashed the plane into a field in Pennsylvania. 2 passengers overheard the hijackers talking and interfered with them, causing them to miss their target. The life after 9/11 is not an easy life to live, since there were 2,752 deaths because of 9/11. A lot of people suffered from losing a spouse, friend, mother, or father. 6,000 people were injured, and some are still living with those injuries today. Approximately 1,000 people who lived or worked near Ground Zero have been diagnosed with a cancer related to the attacks, including the first responders. This is from all the ash in the air for the months it took to clean it up. 9/11 caused many things to change in America, not just people's lives, but the way we do things and the way we live. Everything from air travel, the government, architecture, and immigration. 2 months after the attacks, the Aviation and Transportation Security Act was passed, which created the Transportation Security Administration, TSA. This caused the airports to become very strict. Architecture changed for the better. The International Code Council made suggestions to make skyscrapers safer and able to withstand similar incidents. After 9/11, the amount of immigrant visas given out dropped more than 40% in 2002 compared to 2001. 9/11 was the worst attack on America since Pearl Harbor in 1941. The attacks changed the way Americans think. We thought with more caution than before. The fact that almost 3,000 people died from the acts of 19 hijackers is the definition of a true terrorist attack and tragedy. The U.S. troops did not stop searching for the man behind this. They found Osama bin Laden on May 2, 2011, almost 10 years after the attack. We will never forget September 11, 2001.